Oh.
Ooh. It sounded like we're starting a seance or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hear the spirits ringing. Isn't that from a haunted mansion? It's like if you're here, you can hear it by the bell. Ding a ling a ling. That's what that sounded
I don't
like.
watch
That's it.
scary movies.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Ding a ling a
Yeah,
ling.
right.
It's haunted
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
mansion. Is that scary? I guess
Yeah.
it
No.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
That was freaky.
Freaky.
Freaky deaky.
How's it going, guys? Happy Wednesday.
Happy
Going good.
People just ignore
Wednesday.
me. It's fine. No big deal.
It's going good. I was trying to give Rob a chance to talk, but
I don't
He'll
want.
He
jo-
I didn't
always
want to answer.
talks. I don't
he'll
want
join us.
to.
He'll
I
join
don't
us
want
in a
him to
minute.
talk.
Talk too much. I don't want to talk.
Are you on vacation, Rob? Are you at the
I
cottage?
sure am.
Yeah.
I am.
What have you guys been doing this week?
I've been working. Both
Uh-huh.
Mary and I have been working from here, which is good though because like our job allows us to, and we've been spending a lot of time working at the beach, which has been good. But it's been
Nice.
very hot, so it's been very sweaty as well.
What is very
Uh,
hot? Because Murph was telling me what his temperature was. I feel like here where I'm living, it's very hot. But what's very hot to you?
like 86
It's been
Fahrenheit
100
for you
here.
guys.
Yeah, it's been 100 Fahrenheit.
Womp.
That's hot.
Fahrenheit.
That is hot.
Wait, Rob, are you saying 86 Celsius? or
Whoa,
Fahrenheit.
that's very.
That would be.
I did the math for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's so
Appreciate
it.
nice.
Yeah, no.
So you guys have been just like bringing your laptops to the beach and just like working?
Yeah.
That's
And then
cool.
like I
That's
take
nice.
breaks, fish with the kids a little bit, go back to work, take a break, swim with them for a bit, and back and forth. So yeah, it's been good.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Oh, this new layout's gonna mess me up.
What new layout?
The new layout for StreamYard.
Oh, is it different?
Yeah. In the media assets.
Oh, yeah, it is different.
Yeah, I'll adjust things so I can not mess up so much.
No, I want you to mess it up.
All right, deal.
We're all rooting for you. Yeah, they did add
Right.
some new things.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Nice. Well, guys, it's happy half hour for those that are joining. Non-scale victories for the week. This is our time to celebrate it. I'm excited for our guest tonight. But
too.
this is the chance to celebrate our non-scale victories. So, Rob, what's been your non-scale victory this week? And feel free to put them in the comments, guys.
Am I gonna pull a Murph this week and
Just say the thing you say. Oh, I don't know.
yeah, I don't
But
know.
there was this one thing, and then you'll get it.
Yeah,
Seriously,
like I don't
think of
think
anything right
I
now.
don't think have one. I don't think I have one, guys. Oh, there is this one thing though.
There you go.
No,
Good.
I really
Good.
don't. No, yeah, I don't know if I really do. I think more than anything, like the biggest thing I'm proud of is I'm just sort of allowing myself to enjoy eating at the trailer. Like I still have goals, right? Like I'm still cutting, not as aggressively, but I'm enjoying my food. And Mary and I had a really, really good conversation last night that Lily kept interrupting. But we were talking about like our whole approach and sort of what food means to us now and how we would be using it and how, I think for me, it was more a conversation or something that I heard from in a video or a podcast about how this guy was saying, and he's not just some guy, he's Mr. Olympia, but he was saying how the moment he stopped looking at food as something he has to do or something that is sort of like a chore or something he has to just deal with and looked at it as look at everything that my body has given me. Why would I not want to nourish and take care of it and feed it and give it all the best things possible with everything that's allowed me to do? And it got me thinking a lot about that. And Mary and I had a big good discussion about it because Mary has been really, really into like healthier foods, not like I look at macros. Macros are the be all end all to an extent for what I look at. But with Mary, it's about the ingredients. It's about how natural it is. It looks about additives and flavorings and dyes and stuff like that. And she had shared with me about this conversation or this video she had seen about someone saying like, why would I like? What is the cost of not doing these things, right? Like if I have the ability to not feed my kids all these different things, and like why wouldn't I take that opportunity? And so it was a good conversation that Mary and I had in regards to the approach we want to have with our kids. And then we had a conversation with Lily about, what is it that you like to eat, and this, because like I know some people get on my case. I don't listen to them, but Lily likes eating sometimes some like overnight oats that I make that has some protein powder in it, or she'll like eating, like we'll make smoothies in the morning for breakfast, and it'll be like milk and fruit and protein powder will be in. They're like, ew, you give your kid protein powder? Like why are they trying to get like massive? I'm like, do you know how dumb you sound? Like if they'll just get massive from taking a protein powder,
Yeah.
why am I not massive, right? Like it doesn't work like that. And the fact
Yeah.
that you're thinking, it shows how ignorant we are in regards to nutrition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, my only thing is like if it'll make her healthier and have a more balanced diet, I have no problem with her having some protein powder. It's milk based, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll drink milk anyways. So I have no problem if it means that they have more balanced diet. And I really am happy and proud that Mary and I can have that discussion in regards to the way that we want to keep nourishing and feeding our kids, because why would we not? Like we'll put the best gas that our car requires, because that's what the manufacturer says. Oh, you need to have this octane gas. Why would we not do the same thing for our bodies?
Mm-hmm.
Our car is not going to carry us through the rest of our life, but my body will,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
that's my NSV. We had that discussion and we are aligned in regards to our approach for food. It's an important discussion, I think.
Yeah, and it's cool how that evolves too, because it's like kind of what you're saying. Like I think for me, macros have been top of mind for a really long time, and now I'm transitioning out of that a bit. Still where that's important, but I feel like I have a solid
Yeah,
understanding and base of
sure.
like that doesn't feel as hard anymore to like know what macros and plan around that. And now I was just talking with Dylan this week about like there's like I want to, one of the goals I have for us is I want to try to limit more of the sugar-free related stuff and try to
Yeah,
focus more on like natural sugars, so like
sure.
honey, actual maple syrup, things like that. And because it's like it's easy to default on that, especially if you're just
Yeah,
taking like a macro focused approach, right? But
sure.
there's just certain things where it's like I would rather get more sugar and carbs if it's coming more from a natural source than
Yeah,
otherwise. And anyway, it's just cool how you can kind of like always learn and grow in those areas. And
yeah,
also too focusing even on like micronutrients. I feel like that I have a lot of room to grow and learn
yeah,
when it comes to more of that. But this has been years in the making, right? So I think
sure.
it's really important for people to understand and realize like it takes time to like learn these things, and there's no wrong place to start, I don't think.
No. And it's interesting because this is a discussion I have with a lot of my clients. I would say almost every client, because even though when I program their diet, it includes a lot more carbohydrates and a lot more calories, when they start doing all their food logs, everything is low fat, sugar free, all this stuff. And then
Mhm.
they're like, well, I didn't hit my numbers. I'm like, here's what my suggestion is: take out all the sugar free stuff that you're
Mhm.
eating and have the full fat, full sugar version, right? I'm like, I would rather you do that and be closer to our numbers, because we don't necessarily have to avoid carbohydrates all the time, right?
No.
Especially when you're exercising. We don't have to avoid fats all the time, especially when we're coming in lower than we need to be.
Mhm.
Right. And so you're right. It's our default because of
Mhm.
diet culture and everything that we've learned, everything that our program has taught us afterwards to keep calories low. And there are lots of sugar-free options. Well, why do we have to have sugar-free options, right? If it
Mhm.
means that we're adding all these other additives that we don't
Mhm.
necessarily need. So
Mhm.
yeah, it is definitely a long-term learning, and it's something that I don't think anyone should feel shame about,
No.
because why should you? This is what we've known. I still default on some of that stuff
Mhm.
too, and I don't need to.
Mhm.
Uh, um, and it takes me weeks to sort of be like, okay, well, why am I doing this? I don't need to do this. So
Mhm.
it's just part of what's programmed in our brain, and we're just gonna get out of it.
Yep. Well, it's a good one. I
Yeah.
see that Justin, he didn't say this as his NSV, but I'm going to take it that way. He said, well, I'm listening to Creed at the gym and whose live push notification came up. It's not a coincidence. We always know. Anytime Creed comes on, we're right there.
Yeah, we have a Creed. It's like the bat symbol. It's
Mhm.
just like a
Yep.
silhouette of a guy with a microphone leaning back, foot up on a monitor, and the wind blowing. And we're like, that's it. That's our call, guys.
That's it. That's it.
I love that imagery.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Like
Right?
guy, like for real. I think that'd
That's
be
so
really cool.
friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
The STAP symbol.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
And you can
Yes,
see, like, you can
move.
see in the silhouette his tank top with a little bit of chest hair coming out, peeking out the top.
That's, yep,
as he's
exactly.
going. That's nice. That's a nice look.
Long flowing hair.
Right?
VSG 22222 said that they hiked 10 miles after knee replacement surgery 3 months ago.
That's
Yo,
amazing.
That's
That's
awesome.
impressive. That's impressive.
Wow. I don't know if I could hike 10 miles right now
Yeah.
with that's a lot.
Like hiking is a lot different from walking. Like,
Yes.
hiking is like way more strenuous than just
Oh,
walking.
yeah.
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 And like
Oh, yeah.
walking 10 miles is
That's a lot
it's a
to
lot.
just
It is a
walk
lot.
it.
And then to
Yeah.
hike 10 miles, that is huge. That's
Yeah.
That's awesome. I enjoy
Yeah.
that. That's great. Oh, there she is. I am Gene Wolford too. Keeping up with my grandkids on vacation, still getting my workouts in. Try being sore from weights and running on the beach. I don't know if you've seen some of Jean's videos that she's been posting lately. She's killing it at the gym. And for someone who started off, not too long ago and being sort of hesitant and not sure about what to, she's, oh my God, I love the fact that she's posting videos and being accountable for it and killing it. Doing awesome, Jean. Good job.
It's amazing.
Heck yeah.
Arthur constantly just posts and messages me with all his giant lifts that he's doing, and he's like, "Oh, this is my new personal best." I'm like, "Stop messaging." I'm gonna block him once just to see what he does. I should. I think Arthur also has another NSV that I don't know if he's going to share it now or later or at some point, but I want to be there when you do share it, Arthur. That's just a tip off there.
Cool. Awesome.
He's not going to do it.
Well, I have one that I'm excited about, but it's kind of a preemptive one.
Do it.
Dylan and I got paddle boards, like the blow up kind, and I'm so excited. We just got them in, so all about it. So this weekend we're gonna go and test it out, and I'm so excited. And it's fun being excited for more, again, activities that before I would have been so like stressed out about. I mean, I wouldn't have even gotten a paddle board. Like, I did it before. I did it once before surgery and actually had fun. I didn't stand up on it or anything, but it was fun. But I just don't think we would have committed to actually getting one. And so I'm really excited to test that out, and we're going to go play around. But it's fun being excited about activities rather than, I don't know, just things that I used to be excited about just seem kind of boring to me now, or things that
what were you excited about back then? No, tell me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this book is going to be so good to read.
No, I didn't even read back then. So I didn't even have that. That's what I mean. Like it was like, I'm excited for this TV show to come out, like, which I still like watch TV, but it's not like I get excited over it. Or like, oh, I'm excited for my next meal, or for like Pizza Friday, or I don't know. But honestly, I just feel like I didn't really have as much like joy or excitement for like most things in my life, just because I was kind of miserable in different ways. So even like, I don't know, I just get so much more joy and fulfillment out of simpler things now than I used to, if that makes sense. So I'm really looking forward to it this weekend. But something like this, though, I would not have been excited about it. I would have had a lot of anxiety leading up to 100%. It pre-surgery. So so I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah. There's always the idea, like if you were to do something like that and you were to fall, and other people were around, it's just like, now I'm going to have to try to get back on, and everyone's going to be watching, and I'm going to struggle or not be able to, and then I would feel everyone's eyes on me as I'm trying to get up, and whether it be laughing or shame or pity or whatever, it's just like I would like to just go in the water and swim away underwater now.
Yeah, just Titanic it, just
Yeah.
fall down.
Yeah.
Well, for me too, even it's like with summertime, like I hated summer because I was hot all the time, but also too, like just I hated showing my body. So even stuff like that, I would have been like self-conscious and thinking about before of like, oh, I don't want to wear shorts because I don't want to show my legs, but I'm going to be so hot. So I'm going to wear shorts, but I'm just going to be like self-conscious the whole time. And I think it's not just losing weight that helps you heal through that. I've done a lot of work just on myself to like love and accept my body for where it's at. But so that feels nice, having more room and capacity of like, I just don't think of that anymore, of like an anxious anticipation of what I'm going to wear or what I'm going to look like. It's like, I just can be more present and enjoying like the activity we're doing. And that feels good. So,
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. All right, Murph, we bought you like 5-10 minutes.
I can't think of anything.
well, while you're thinking, Arthur did share one.
Real.
Do you want to read that?
Okay.
If you want to, Murph, you can just steal his and just say that actually that was mine too.
Yeah, today is my daughter's birthday. So I wish I went to an amusement park today. I can't even talk. Yeah, Arthur said my NSV is today is my daughter's birthday, and we went to an amusement water park, and I was able to get on all the rides with her.
That's where it's at.
Huge
Yeah.
NSV, because that's why we're doing this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like that's why we're doing this. I mean, it's for ourselves, yeah, but we ultimately want to be there and share these moments and cherish these moments for them, for our kids, for our family. You know, they don't want to see us suffering. They don't want to see us angry. They want to see us happy and having fun. Yeah, happy birthday, to your daughter, and that's really awesome, man. Good for you.
And again, I wonder too, like it just makes me think too, Arthur, like if you just are able to be more present in that experience, right? Where you're not thinking of all of those details that you once did, or kind of that's what I was trying to get at too with like what I was sharing as well. It's like you don't have to be caught up and so self-conscious. It's like you can just be present in those experiences and just enjoy them. And it sounds like you did. That's super cool.
Yeah. And I think, even especially coming from you, I remember when I did a water park with my kids and, we were going up on the rides and we're waiting. I remember my daughter looking at the sign it was like a tandem ride. And my daughter said, she's just like, you wouldn't have been able to ride this by yourself, Daddy, because I was over the tandem way. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, you jerk. But it's true, right? Like, how much have we missed out because of things like that?
Because you couldn't ride things by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a funny way to put it.
And even if we were there and we were under the weight, we would have been so self-conscious and thinking about it and worrying about it. Like we said, for as many people think that just, obese people just don't care. No, we care more than anyone. We will do our research. We will look at everything, all in the hopes of trying to not have something catastrophic happen and everyone looking at us and have to experience that shame. Yeah. So, that's awesome that you're able to experience that, Arthur.
I like Justin's too. Yeah, Justin said, I'm going to Myrtle Beach this week and don't care what I'm going to look like with my shirt off.
That's it, bro. As long as your shirt's off. Sun's out, guns out.
Murph, what do you think it'll take? Because I can't remember when we were talking. We've talked about it on the show a couple times, but we were talking about it more recently of like with you taking, or no, maybe I was listening to the podcast you did with Mel on our Sleeve Life podcast. And you were talking about not wanting to take your shirt off at the beach and stuff. What do you think it'll take to get you to do that? Minus Rob just coming and ripping it off. Like we're not going to use that one.
Yeah. It's, I'm a long ways away still. I'm a very self-conscious person. Always have been. I'm a very private. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. It's weird to not wear a shirt. It's like a comfort blanket sort of
Yeah.
thing. You know, it's like I don't want to. If it's not the shirt, oh my gosh.
Like that, like no one can see her if she's like this.
Yeah, no.
What a loser.
What was that?
Oh my god.
Lily.
So yeah.
Where'd she go?
Where'd she go? All of a sudden,
Oh, she disappeared. She put her hands up. She's gone.
You interrupted Murph, man.
She was trying. She used her
Did she say
invisible
sorry?
powers. What more did
She
you want?
used her.
Did she say sorry?
Go
Oh
dancing
my
back
goodness.
there.
So yeah, I it's like I don't know. I don't know how to wear a shirt, even around my house. Like
You mean
or-
not wear a shirt? You
or
know
not-
how
not
to
wear a
wear a shirt.
I know how to wear a shirt. I know how to wear lots of shirts. I can wear layers.
All
of
the shirts.
I can wear all the shirts.
It reminds me of
you know-
like Joey and Friends when he wears all of Chandler's
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah.
You can do that very well.
Yeah.
I'm better than I used to be. You know, it used to be like a wife beater and then a t-shirt and then maybe another t-shirt and then like a vest. Seriously, it's like it's like a comfort.
You
thing.
must have
It's
been
like
really hot too.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hyperhidrosis.
And now it's just just the wife beater and the t-shirt, and like I'll go out in public in that, and that's comfortable. It's still like really hard for me. I don't know. It's just I don't like my body. I'm just not there. I even at my lightest weight, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's gonna take me. I feel like I've got it in my head what I want to look like, and it's gonna take a lot of work. But I've also got this kind of stigma that like fitness means veins popping all over the place and muscles popping all over the place, and I gotta ripped like 8-pack abs and like gotta do the chest pop, and like it's this. It's what I don't know. It's like the way I grew up, the way I saw
Mhm.
what was Arnold and like all the big guys.
WWF and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and if I don't look like that, no way in hell am I taking my shirt off. Like, because nobody wants to see anything other than that. You know what I mean? Like, not that I'd be doing it for other people either, but it's like, I want to be comfortable, and I'm miles away from being comfortable with even a tank top in public right now.
Yeah.
But on another note, non-scale victory wise, my mental health is, it's just flourishing. It's doing really, really well.
Yay, good.
I have a mantra. I have several mantras. I have things that I'm having these internal dialogues, and I'm able to talk myself off of ledges that I have never been able to talk myself off of before, and just be able to come back down to reality, and fact versus feeling, and just doing all the things that I've learned throughout this journey the past 4 years, because I'm almost at my 4-year surgery.
This month or August, right?
No, it'd be this month.
Oh, this month, and then your birthday's in
20th,
August.
the 20th. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 11 days. And so I'm it's taken me 4 years almost, but like I feel like I've got all the tools. Like there's not a lot of tools left that would help me, and if I'm not putting in the work, it's like it's my own fault. It's on me then. I recognize that, and so mentally, doing great. I'm off of all of my anxiety, depression meds, and I have been for a couple months now, and
Nice.
I'm feeling good. And I've been posting some videos on TikTok and stuff, and a couple on Instagram, where I'm just being me, just being silly.
Yeah, you are.
Not taking things too seriously, and just trying to get away from being so serious, and just let my personality kind of come out a little bit, because I like to have fun, but like looking at my reels, like you'd never guess that, like I'm a lot more fun than I let on, I feel like. So I'm just kind of letting loose a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like thinks you're fun though.
Yeah. People know you're fun.
Yeah.
People know you're fun.
But I like relate a lot to what you're saying. I feel like you've been in the cocooning phase. That's what I always called it, like at the cocoon phase when you're just kind of like serious and working through a lot of stuff. And then now it's like the butterfly, like social, like
Let it
butterfly.
out.
Or yeah, no, but like because I've noticed that with my content, like where it was at one time very like emo, where it's just like, whoa, girl, like you were feeling stuff.
Might be the last night.
Yeah, no, but
She
then
has
I
her
think
hair
there,
here. It's like,
yeah, but then I think there's that transition when you're like, okay, I can like I worked through stuff and I'm feeling a bit better, and yeah, don't have to be
Yeah.
so serious all the time.
My toenails are still painted black, but
They're all-
Well, and they always
the
will
fingers
be.
aren't. I got the.
and then your sweater's always a bit longer, so your thumb fits through.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's
Exactly.
good. Mhm.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
Did you guys because you guys oh I don't know, you guys are kind of older, so I don't know
Holy
if you had
fuck.
did this.
What the hell? What?
But like when you'd have like a sweatshirt on with like the little strings, did you ever like put them in your ears so it looked like earbuds? I think that was past your time.
No, because I'm social. I'm not weird like you. Oh, do you
No,
put your
we wouldn't do it. Would
Put
be
your
like
strings
it
in
would
your
be like
ears?
in like it would be
No,
in
but I
like
put
the
crayons in my nose.
yeah.
but when I'd walk by people now, I'm like, hey, you got your
Put in the comments
your
if you guys have done.
sweater
No,
thing
it was
in
like
your ears.
it was like the blunder
Oh.
year times, like early middle school, when you're like trying to like look cool and stuff. Like you guys had equivalent probably, but like I don't know, writing in
my
caves or
Walkman.
something.
I had my
We had
my
my
Discman.
Discman.
Yeah, I had my Discman on
I
my
tucked
hip.
it in. I put it
There
on
you
full
go.
display so
You have to
people
walk
knew.
really
Don't talk to me.
slow so creep doesn't stick.
Let me plug my hoodie into my ear 1 sec.
Exactly.
So they don't talk to me.
I
You
did
know
have a
who would
hoodie.
know?
I did have a hoodie that had built-in headphones like that, though.
I
Oh,
did
okay.
too.
So you had
String was
legit
the
ones.
headphones.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
have to
it was-
pretend.
You know who would know exactly what I'm talking about is Anna. Anna and I, like, because we're like close to the same age. She'd be like, "Yeah, I get it."
I know
Well
you're-
done.
so
Oh, look,
you're-
she just
'cause you
hopped
were-
on too.
Anna, what level of emo are you? Were you so emo that you pretended to not talk to people by plugging in your hoodie into your ears?
Like, and pretending that they were like
Shoving your
headphones. Not
strings
even
in your
not to be, but even like to take pictures or like to be like in the blunder
No.
year times.
No.
Wow.
Zoe,
Anna, please pull through
Zoe,
with
with
me.
your hands,
Oh, so-
tell us how old you are.
Oh yeah, she's young.
29.
29. Yeah, she's younger.
Did you plug in your sweater into your ears? No, she did. She's Canadian. We
No,
don't do that
but
shit.
she was way cooler than I was.
Zoe
She
has
was
horses and shit. She's cool. Oh, hold
Yeah,
on, Anna
see,
here.
She
I
had
had
the whole emo
bang.
bang.
Of course she did. Of
Oh
course
my
she
God.
did, man. Oh my God.
So the fact that
Ugh.
you don't do that anymore, Shay, is
I
a
never said
non-scale
that.
victory. Yes, maybe, okay, I guess.
That's her NSV.
I do it now,
Let's
even
try to
though
tie it in. We're wrapping up the NSVs.
that's
Okay.
how do you think I get any reading done when I'm at bariatric meetups? That's how I do it.
Oh
You'll
my
just
I
see me in the
know. Because
chair
like I
with
bring her to parties and I'm just like, Shay, take your fucking hoodie out of your ears, please. We are here to socialize with people.
I see Dylan walking up to her and being like,
I'm
"Take the
like-
strings out of your ears."
I'm like, it's not
No,
a
no,
phase.
take it out now.
Leave
Take it
me
out now. Take it out now.
alone.
I'm like, I'm trying to blow the hair out of her eyes.
I'm like,
and trying to-
no.
I'm wrestling
You
her
should-
to take the thing out of her ears.
Do you think we could get
Gosh.
Mel at the JBYs to do like an emo night where we all dress emo? I feel like that would be
Why?
really fun.
What
That'd
is
be so
wrong with
fun.
you? Do
I
you
wanna
need
be
an
able to see the
intervention or
hoodie
some
thing.
She
shit?
just wants
It's just
to put
gonna
the
be
strings.
you.
She wants to put the strings in her ears, and she
I
wants
do.
I know.
She wants it to
For
feel
good
cool.
reason. Except
because-
no, it's maybe it's just
Those
my
are
friends and
gorgeous.
we were just weird. There's a subset of people who know what I'm talking about, and they're probably too
Oregon.
embarrassed to say it.
Oregon.
Yeah, no, from LA. We were the LA kids back
Oh,
then.
shit.
Anyway,
Weirdos.
forget I said anything.
right.
You guys just don't understand.
No.
me.
We're gonna clip this,
Oh,
and
no.
it's gonna be in the reels. It's gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be the new intro to the Waiting Table
Oh,
podcast.
perfect.
See, look, even Anna says, Shay, we need to leave
Anna.
the emo phase in the past.
No,
Let's just grow. Let's be new
we need
people.
to bring it back.
All
I
right,
liked it.
guys,
All right.
we have a freaking awesome show coming up. We have one of my bariatric fitness heroes,
Yes.
Zoe, because if you've seen any of her pictures, she's got a jacked back. and jacked shoulders and jacked buys. And every time she posts something, I message her and I say, I'm jealous of your shoulders. But Zoe is awesome. I've known of Zoe for quite a long time. She's from Ontario, and she's part of our bariatric fitness group. And I've watched from afar as she's killed this whole journey. And she competed with us at Radical Body Transformation, where she won gold in her division. So we will learn about that. We will learn about her story, and we will learn how to get big shoulders. So stay tuned, jump on YouTube, or stay on Instagram, or what else are we playing it on? YouTube and
That's
Instagram.
it. Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, enjoy sexy time music.
Time to
enjoy sexy time music.
Time to turn the page.
2, 1, sexy time.
Hey, I'm Murph, and I like to party.
What's up, guys? It's Shea, and I don't like to party. I'm very antisocial.
Guys, I'm Rob, and I put my hoodie ropes in my ears, so I love to party. Welcome to the Waiting Table Podcast.
What's
shit,
up?
you do love to party. You got sunglasses inside.
I like to party.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is our intro. That's cool.
This guy parties.
Yeah.
Sheesh. And I don't really like putting things.
You said we have a special guest, and they're a ray of sunshine. So I thought I'd pull out the shades. You guys didn't get them on that. Okay, cool.
That's
good.
That was
good. That was a good little stunt. I liked that.
I thought we agreed.
You do all your own stunts, or okay.
Okay. You Tom Cruise. He's the Tom Cruise of the Waiting Podcast.
Welcome back to Waiting. Just skip me.
Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Waiting Table Podcast, where we have roundtable discussions about the hottest topics in weight loss with, of course, the coolest people from the bariatric community. I'm Rob. We got Murph, we got Shea, and of course, we got you guys. So grab a chair, wind down from your busy day, and take a seat at the table. Shea, how's it going today?
It's good. I feel like I just bared my heart and soul and nobody understands. So I think we need to have an episode that is called The Blunder Years, and we look at all of our cringy middle school, high school pictures, because I don't want to be alone in this, and I know we'll have some good ones. So just throwing that out there.
I can agree. All right. I empathize with Shea. I can't lie. I used to frost my tips of my hair.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's something
puka shell necklace too.
And I regret. Yeah, it was a hemp necklace with shells.
Mm-hmm. We're making this happen. We're gonna do a Blunder Years episode.
Puka shells, hemp necklace. Yeah. When Rob says the coolest people in the bariatric community, he's
talking about us.
He's talking about me.
Yeah,
Murph. You're with us too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Murph and that girl following 5 feet behind.
that looks has her hair like this.
And you're trying to talk to her, but she's not replying because she's listening.
Because I'm listening to my fake music.
She has strings in her ears.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
One second.
This is a really good song. I'm like, what are you listening to?
You wouldn't know them. They're too underground. You wouldn't
String
know
quartet.
Haynes, Amazon Basics.
That was way before that.
Club Monaco. Oh, you don't have Club Monaco. They don't know this. They don't know this stuff. Sheesh. Murph, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I enjoy our time together.
I guess.
No matter what, if I'm having like last week, we got off the show and I was like, "Hey guys, I had a really rough day today," but like being on the show, like coming on 8:30 hits, and it's just like this is therapeutic. It's helpful. I love being here. Love meeting new people. Love talking to you guys. And no matter how bad my day is, this is a ray of sunshine.
Oh, ray of sunshine. Well, speaking of rays of sunshine, Murph, I'm glad that this is your ray of sunshine, but we also have another one. We have all the sunshine, all the light in here today. Mm-hmm. We want to introduce our guest. Our guest is a fellow bodybuilder who competed at the Radical Body Transformations, who won her division, who is also a fellow Canadian from our bariatric fitness community. This is Pounds Begone, Zoe.
What's up?
Dude.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
I know it feels been forever.
It's nice having a fellow girl who is younger than me. That's hard to find, and I'm just excited that we can gang up on the guys tonight. So yeah, bye Murph. See ya.
Oh shit, gotta go. Okay, before we do anything, first question: did you ever plug your hoodies into your ears when you were?
You're just rubbing this in.
Yeah.
I want to say yes so badly.
Just do it now so you can say, do it later, and then you can say, yes, I've tried it.
I mean, next time I go to the gym and I forget my headphones, I'm going to try it for sure. But
well, because then people won't talk to you. There you go. There you go. Let's see how you look.
Didn't work.
It's skills. It takes skills to do it. So maybe one day. Yeah.
Okay, I got to work at it. Nice. So Zoe, for anyone who does not know who you are, though I will say it seems like you are on this whole world tour since RBT, where you're getting featured on all these different things. Popeye's Belleville, everything. You're a celebrity now. Tell everyone who Zoe is.
So, born and raised in Ontario here. I started my whole journey in May of 2022. I had surgery and just kind of took the ball and went rolling with it. Got started in the gym in September of 2022 and just felt like I finally found my place. And then I actually earlier this year became the ambassador for Popeye's Belleville. And it was in September of last year. I'm like, oh, I want to do a show. I want to work towards something. And then decided on the Radical Body Transformation. And up next, we have Summer Shredding in 4 weeks. But outside of this whole love of my life, I'm super into horses and cattle. And I have a Great Dane Ivy that begged to differ, might love hiking. But yeah, just spending time outdoors but yeah, that's about me in a nutshell.
That's awesome. What made you decide to have surgery?
Sorry, what was that?
What made you have surgery?
Sorry, I broke up.
That's okay. No, I'm getting echoey. I don't know is that from my end, you guys?
I think so. We're getting some feedback, some or not feedback, but just some echo. Are you hearing it when I talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I'm hearing you, but maybe it's just me being echoey. Oh, that sounds better. Can you guys hear me okay now? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to say what led you to deciding to have weight loss surgery? Because how old were you? And you had it kind of young, right? Like younger than the curve, so what kind of led you to that point?
So it lives rent free in my head, unfortunately. But I was at Canada's Wonderland. I was 26 years old, and we were going on the very first ride of the day. The bar wouldn't close, and there was tons of people there, and just the look and the judgment and the way I felt, I was like, yep, I never want to feel this way again. And I decided I needed to take my life into my own hands and make a decision that would benefit and be the healthiest me.
That's awesome. Sorry, Rob, you're muted.
We're having some.
May I ask? I know we suck. This is our
this
first
is
show.
This
that
is
we've
the
done,
blunder
so
years.
bear with us, guys.
I know this is the blunder right here. We don't have to look back.
We're learning, and do you mind me asking what ride it was?
It was this old wooden one. I don't even know. I was sitting beside my friend, and they got off. I think they tried to make me honestly feel better. Like, oh, it was the worst ride ever.
Yeah.
It was so uncomfortable. But yeah, it was like this old shaky wooden one. And there was these other ones. They're like, oh, we probably do that one. And I was like, I cannot handle it happening again.
Yeah. The reason I ask is because that's one of the ones for me. It's always riding things at Wonderland, and I even know that. Guys, have you gone back to Wonderland since?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went back to Wonderland after the surgery. I remember having a bit of anxiety because I was just like, knowing it's not warranted at all. I had lost a lot of weight at this point, but I'm just like, as you sit down, I'm just like, oh my God, it's not going to close. It's not going to close. It's not going to close. It's very traumatizing, right? For us to experience stuff like that. So having weight loss surgery, losing a bunch of weight. How much weight did you lose overall?
Just over 200 pounds now.
So over 200 pounds. Wow. And what made you want to go into bodybuilding?
Honestly, it wasn't even my intention. I just wanted to go to the gym because everyone's like, oh, you're young. Hopefully your skin will bounce back. And that's the best way to kind of keep the weight loss going. And then I'm very goal oriented. So I wanted to set myself, okay, I want to work towards this. And then everyone always says you'll get addicted. And I'm like, oh, pish posh. And then I started loving the whole atmosphere and getting to meet you guys and it's like you almost like built a family. And so once that got started, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm in love. And then it's a steep slope that I don't regret going down at all.
Yeah. Is it so? I know you had mentioned summer shredding.
Yes.
In a few weeks.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about next year, what the plan is, and where this might take you? And
yeah,
I personally think that there's a lot you can do. You personally, I think I've
told you 100%. So next year I do want to get skin removal surgery, take some time to grow and really build where I'm a little bit lacking, and then go into physique or fit year in 2027.
Nice.
That's awesome. What do you mind if I ask what skin removal you're looking at or what you're thinking about?
Everything.
Everything. Do you think you'll try to do a lot at once, like to just
100% if I can? I want to get my legs done for sure, and my stomach and my chest. I've been able to tone up my back and my arms enough, but those 3 spots I definitely want to get done, especially because I'm so young. I feel like it's something I'm going to be having to look at for the rest of my life. So I mean, if I can get it all done at once.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be hard? Because I know you have to take time off from going to the gym, obviously to like heal and recover. I know that was hard for you, Rob, when you did it. How are you feeling about that?
I think that's actually probably the hardest part because I've been in contact with a few surgeons, and they're like, it's about a 2-month rest period. You'll be able to start obviously like walking and stuff, like getting cardio, but if you're lifting weights, they want you to take off quite a bit of time just so you can be fully healed. But I know in the long run, it'll set me ahead further, and like I'll be more comfortable in my own skin. So it pays off in the long run if I have to take off a little bit of time from the gym. I'm sure I'll just like do hot laps like those older people do at the mall. I'll be doing, yeah.
That's the way to do it, though. It's like temperature controlled. You can just kind of look around. I like mall walking.
Yeah.
With my headphone, with my fake headphones, and of course, because I don't want
Hey,
anybody
Gramps,
to talk to me. But
that's awesome, though. Yeah, I found that was one of the hardest things for me too. Yeah, it was just taking the time off, and then, you know, the mental struggle of getting back into it and thinking about all the muscle I'm losing and all this stuff, because it's time that you're not able to do the thing that you love, that you're excited about, and that you really want to continue doing. So it is definitely hard. But you're right, like, you're young. I think that was the thing for me, is a lot of people, I know that are you part of the bariatric plastic surgery group type thing on Facebook too?
I think
But
so,
I know I'm part of one group. Yeah. And I remember a lot of people, conversation going back and forth, and people weren't sure about whether, it was the right thing. And I was just like, for me, I'm young-ish. If you ask Shay, I'm not young, but I'm young-ish. I'm one of those youngs. But I was just like, yeah, you want to enjoy that, right? Like, look at how much you've changed and what you're able to do. Like, I want to be able to enjoy that. I want to, be able to go on the beach and not have my shirt on, or whatever the case might be, right? And so, yeah, 100% go enjoy it. Justin has said, so Justin is just getting started fit. He is super muscular. He is who I want to be when I grow up. Mm-hmm. He said that Zoe has to have one of the most incredible transformations out there, which is true. That is why you won gold. So tell us how that was, that experience.
Oh my goodness. So I feel like I was fine. Then I got up on stage and I was like, I'm not fine.
So it hit you when you got up on the stage.
Yeah. And it's just like, it flew by. I feel like I almost blacked out. Everyone's like, oh, you can't see into the crowd. And I didn't believe them until I got up there. And I was like, and you can't see even the judges' faces. So I got up there, but I felt so good. Like the way the crowd was cheering you on. They don't even know you, but they're just like so proud of you. I'm like, yeah, I got this. And then thank goodness the guy was there at the bottom of the stairs to help you down, because I was just vibrating. And then like I feel like it all just hit at once. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, I was just on stage in a bikini in front of 100 people. Yeah. But it was so, at the same point, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I was just on stage in a bikini in front of 100 people. Like it was just, and yeah, it was incredible for sure.
And remind me, sorry, was that your first show, Zoe, or you've done others? That was your first one.
Very first, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so you feel like you're hooked now, it sounds like it with the other ones that you're doing. Are you excited for the summer shredding? Do you feel like less nervous or more nervous because you know what it's like? Like, how are you feeling about that one coming up?
I feel like I put more pressure on myself because it's like, I'm very competitive, right? So it's to see, I've already won because I get to live my life in such a way I never thought I would get to, which is great. But now it's like, okay, I'm striving. I love the way I looked on stage day. Now I want to look even better. And it definitely has me hooked in that way. But it's also the con of being your own hardest critic. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to do the whole process again. Even like the tanning, like that was something I was really nervous about, because when they saying you're going to be tanning in front of everybody, I was like, oh. Yeah. And then there was the sweetest lady. She was like a pro, and she's like, oh, it's fine, girl. And we're all just standing there, boobies out and everything, and just having a casual conversation. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We're all here. We're all just enjoying the process, and it was great.
I think that I was like most nervous right before. Hold on. Can you hear me now? I keep coming out echoey. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm better now. It keeps getting echoey. Sorry, guys. I was really nervous about, or I wasn't nervous about the show, and then it hit me more like a day or two before, and I was like, what am I doing? And then so I didn't feel very great until I got to the tanning, and I just saw like all of the different body types. Like not like you're staring at people, but you see things because you're just like all, like you said, you're just all in there naked and stuff. And I think that's what was so fun about the radical body transformation. It's like you had so many different body types, so many different people. And I think that's really cool because it's like, I don't know, it would have felt very intimidating and out of place for me if it had been like a pro show, obviously, because I'm not like trained to be doing that. And so being able to see everybody else and go, oh, okay, like we're all in different places. It's like a very celebratory experience. That's when it kind of for me was like, okay, this will be good.
Yeah, and honestly, I think a big part of it was our approach, like the fact that we all were sort of talking about this ahead of time, prepping about this ahead of time. We knew other people. We were coordinating, our tan times. We knew when people were going. We knew we weren't going to be alone. Like there were a lot of guys that I had conversations with while also butt ass naked in the tanning room. And yeah, they were very intimidated.
Don't forget your sock. Give your sock credit where credit's due.
I gave my credit, my sock to the other guy. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it here. Just give him my sock. But no, I was just like, trust me, I get it because that was me last year, right? Like I didn't know anyone and I was doing it on my own. And I loved seeing everyone's experience this year because it was everything that I did not experience last time in regards to all the stuff they were worried about, right? I loved sitting there and talking with you guys and seeing everyone, yeah, it's gonna be good, and then everyone freaking out 2 or 3 days beforehand. I loved it. It's fun, but that's part of.
Well, yeah, because you're evil and you like making fun
of
us and kicking us while we're down.
A little bit. I get one in and then I pick you up. But no, I'm glad that you guys had such a great experience in regards to that because you guys killed it. I think everyone gravitated towards our group of people, and everyone was so supportive. It was awesome. I'm glad you guys were all there and experienced that for sure.
Zoe, I'm curious, what advice would you give someone, maybe even someone who's in this virtual room right now, who's considering, or actually not considering, already has committed to a show and it's their first time. Okay, I'm just talking about Murph, guys, if you guys didn't know. Murph said that he is going to be in the JBY 2027 show. What advice do you have for him and others? Did I say that right, Murph?
I'd say it's so important to have the support system because there's going to be a lot of highs and there's going to be a lot of lows. Rob was a backbone for, I think, majority of us. If we were having a bad day or like, why is my body not doing this or what's this or just even an ear to vent, having that person just in your corner rocking with you is, I think, set it apart. Like even just the motivation through a workout or like in our group chat, we were exchanging, oh, this is a win we had, or this is something I experienced, and just having someone to relate with you, but just having a person that's rocking with you the whole way was great. Like that's probably my biggest. Yeah, and sleep. Make sure you keep your sleep going.
Well, this is my support system. Rob, who likes to torment people, and Shea, who likes to put strings in her ears.
Yeah.
So,
Zoe's a normal one. You can.
Zoe's a normal one.
So Zoe, I might be leaning on you a little bit here, Zoe. Also, it's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry, right when you got on, this huge black cloud came over my house. Kids are freaking out. It's like this huge storm just like rolled in, and so I had to go check out things and make sure we're.
That's
we're
what happens when you make fun of me. I have
high place. The wrath of the emo gods.
Rob Cottage is next on the list. You just wait.
Yeah. We're next.
Did you ever think, Zoe, that you would ever be able to do what you just did and what you just accomplished? Did that ever cross your mind, or did you blow your own mind?
Absolutely not. Like I feel like I was riding the sidelines of my own life the entire time. And I didn't even realize until I, started losing weight and started doing things I never thought I could. If you had told me 2 years ago I'd be up on stage bodybuilding, I would have laughed. Like, there's no way to think that I would have been doing that. Like, yeah, I liked the gym, but to be where I was or where I am now is, people always say you must be so proud of yourself, but it's also at the same point, I feel like when you lose such a significant amount of weight, it becomes body dysmorphia. But then you slowly start seeing these little wins that you have, and it's not even necessarily the scale, but it's the non-scale victories that really, it's like, oh my gosh, I just did that. Like, for the first time when I wrapped a towel around me at a hotel, I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I never thought I'd be at this point for sure.
That's exciting. To just kind of blow your own mind, and you go through that imposter syndrome kind of stage where you feel so out of body, so out of, you see yourself in the mirror, but that's not you, and and then to like go out on stage and then win gold, like that's crazy. I mean, I'm proud of all three of you guys, but like that's such and you're at such a young age where you're learning these just life skills, and how to love yourself and how to do things that you never thought you'd be able to do and enjoy it. Gosh, like that's a gift, and that's really awesome, and super proud of you. That's really cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, walk us through like what was going through your head like when you were on stage for the medals, like when you won. Like, walk us through like what you were thinking before. Like, did you have an inkling like, oh, maybe I will win, or were you like, no, I don't feel like I'm going to at all? Like, walk us through what that was like.
Yeah. Were other people like, oh girl, you got this? I don't know why they sound like
I
that.
think
But
it was just you, Rob, who said that.
No,
that was just me. I'm like, girl, you got this. Yeah, you do.
Mama robe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's when we were going on stage, I was just excited to be there with the girls that had just worked their butts off, and I was like, I'd love to place top 3. That would just be amazing. There was 5 of us out there, and I was like, hey, top 3, but every single one of them had amazing stories. And then when they called the third, the second, and I'm like, oh, well, I get at least a participation medal. And then I was like, that's so cool. I still showed up and did it. And then they called my name for first. I was like, someone pinched me. Like, I was just over the moon. And I don't know if you guys saw the pictures, but just a smile. I was beaming ear to ear. I was just like, I cannot believe that just happened. It was crazy.
And Rob was back there like, girl, I believe it just happened. Yeah. You're muted, Rob, but I think that's okay for what you're doing.
What do you think I said?
Girl, yes, girl.
Do you know what the best part of that is? In my head, as I'm doing this all, I'm D. So he's one of our friends in the bariatric community, gay guy, my roommate at the last JBY. And anytime I do a voice like that, in my head, I'm channeling D. I'm channeling D. That's who it is. I hope D, you're listening because that's you.
Well, Anna had said earlier too that we need to have D in emo gear.
Yeah. So I was messaging him earlier. I'm just like, dude, we need to hang out. I need to see you.
I know, I miss him.
I need your face. I need to see your face in person soon. I can't wait till 2027. I need to beat you in pickleball because you said that you're better now, and I don't believe you. And so, so you're saying that when they announced bronze and they announced silver, you still didn't think it was you who was going to win?
I mean, the little voice in my head, because Rob told me the entire time, he's like, you're winning. And,
yeah,
you're
going to win.
Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't fathom that I would be picked. And then, like, I felt like I looked good and everything like that, but I was just like, no way. And then when they called my name, I was just like, yes way, I guess. Yeah, and it was, it was such a, it was an insane feeling, like, undescribable.
It's hard too, because like I know that was the exact same feeling I got for Absolute, right? You're sort of just like still fingers crossed after they announced third and second. You're like, oh God, is it going to be me? But I feel like we also still do a really, really good job at recognizing everyone else's accomplishment, and then our own, regardless of how amazing it is, we're still second guessing it to an extent, right? And it's always just like, oh, like even then it was like, was it good enough? Was it good enough? And again, that goes back to your point about us being our worst critics. So I guess my question is now, after RBT going into summer shredding, how has that transition been? How have you been approaching summer shredding? What was your approach like? And how has that, worst critic come out as a result of
So,
everything?
yeah, I feel like I put a lot more pressure on myself. This prep has been a lot harder going into it. I feel like it's just because like I said, I put so much pressure on myself to now try to follow that up, and it's like, oh goodness. Um, but I'm feeling good. Like we did a 2 week little mini bulk kind of thing.
Sure.
I feel like I put on a good amount of size and like muscle in just in those 2 weeks. The judges had given me their reviews, and they all were like, just want a little bit more lean and a little bit more leg muscle, and I feel like we were really able to accomplish that. Um, my gym partner abandoned me and got deployed to Scotland, so I'm kind of just for the last 4 weeks going through it myself, and I find that's been really hard because she was with me the whole pretty much last 4 weeks, which is usually the hardest I've heard your prep. So that's been just fighting through that a little bit, but then I also get, okay, you know what, you did it before, you can do it again, and it drives me because it's like, okay, you can do it, you can do it. Sometimes I have to listen to a little bit of David Goggins yelling at me, but yeah, I feel like I'm mentally ready for this. Like, I got a new pair of heels that I feel pretty slaying, and I got my new suit and like that, and we've added a little bit of some new poses in the routine. So we're doing like back lat spread as well, and
Yes.
and a few little tweaks here, but I'm feeling good. It's like almost like the last 4 weeks of going into RBT is when my body composition really changed. My coach has been super, super good through it, and I'm really excited to see what we bring to Summer Shred. If we place top 5 there in my division, we get to go to Texas, so
Yep.
we're rooting for that one too. But I'm just excited to be here. I'm just happy to be here. Yeah.
Nice. Do you have
Yeah.
any so a couple follow-ups to that. Do you have any like secrets in your pocket that you pull out every time you're like your energy is low, or you're just like, I'm gonna skip this or whatever, like anything to just help keep you motivated and keep going? And secondly, have you employed any other like different strategy now that you've done it? You've won gold, right? Now you're going into new competition. You're a bit, more experienced with that. Do you have these any little tricks or strategy that you're bringing into this next show? Because I know I do. Every single show, there's more and more things that I bring.
And less
This
and
time,
less material on your
yeah, that's my
shorts that
trick.
you
It's just
wear.
like I get my shorts done. I'm just like less. I want. It's the
Less
sock,
is
pretty much. Just
more.
give me the sock.
Yep.
Um,
We'll get
but
you
yeah,
there.
yeah, soon next show. But like for this time, like I didn't take off my sweats at all, right? Like the whole backstage time, I was wearing either the Proud Mama thing, I was wearing that, and for me, part of it was the whole mental game, in that I didn't want anyone to know what I'm looking like. I don't want, like, a lot of people were like, "Are you even competing?" I'm just like, "No, I'm just here cheering people on." And I just snuck back, but like that was part of the mental game that I was playing, and it could have been just with myself, right? But uh, I always felt like at that moment that I'm about to step on stage and I took everything off, whether people were doing it or not. In my head, I see them all like, oh, fuck. Right. And that was what would get me on stage and pump up. Right. Because in my head, that was the boost I needed. Right. So do you employ any of these little things to sort of keep you going and keep you on?
So honestly, when I'm struggling, I look back at old pictures. Like I have one as a screensaver, and it's like, it's usually honestly the last little bit of cardio, and it's like, I can just hop off. It's only 10 minutes. 10 minutes isn't going to do anything. Like, I'm just going to hop off. And then I'll look at an old picture, and it's like, look how far you've come. That's what old you would say. You would make an excuse.
Nice.
You would do whatever, you just walk away. You don't want to be that girl. You're not her. So stick with it and work harder. Just show up for yourself. You deserve it. You earned it. Keep grinding. Like last week, I came home from a cow show. I was exhausted. We've been out there for like 12 hours, and I was supposed to do a workout. And I was hemming and hawing the whole way home. I was like, do I even do it? Like, nah, I could just skip this one. Just skip one. And then I got home, and I'm like, why am I gonna? This is my thing. I want this. It's not like someone's forcing me to do this. Yeah. I want to do this bodybuilding thing. I want to show up for myself. And, not every day is going to be great, but it's those days that aren't great that make it even more rewarding, right? So, yeah, I only probably gave it 75% of that workout. Like, I wasn't at 100 by any means, but I still showed up, and that's what's most important.
Yeah. You know what the most impressive thing is how nonchalantly you just said we just came home from a cow show. And I was just like, oh shit. That's like Shea saying,
what is that?
I know, it's like,
I live in like rural Oregon, and I'm even like a cow show. What is that?
That could be so many different things. I don't know if
I'm in Ohio. I totally understood what you were saying. So.
You knew.
I knew exactly what you meant. I knew what you meant. Yeah.
Is it like 4-H? Like you're
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
so,
I know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like what?
And then
4-H. Rob is so lost. Start from the top.
It's an organization. So it's an organization that you can do. There's multiple different clubs in it. Like there's everything right from like sewing to agriculture and everything in between. And it teaches like life skills or agricultural. And yeah, so that is the underage of 21. And so that'd be our junior show that was in the morning. And then obviously I'm not 21. So then there'd be an open show where you can show like the bulls and the cows and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, there's this lady at my gym right now, and she's raising a pig, or it's her son who's raising it, but she's like helping. And so like, it's so funny because like every time she'll give like updates at the gym of like the pig's at 270. It's like the opposite of like, it's just kind of funny. But this pig is huge, 270 pounds. I don't know what that is in Canadian terms, but it's big. Like that's a big pig.
How many kilograms is that?
Yeah.
It's a big pig.
But it's crazy. So, okay, I get it now what you're saying.
I still don't.
I know. It's like people raise like animals and then they sell them usually to be butchered, I think. Like that's kind of the sad part. But it's not like teaching kids. Oh, not those ones. Oh, that's good.
Like these cows live their best lives. They get bubble baths and live under fans. So it's like a dog show, but for cows.
I want to be in
there. You walk your cow around and the judge picks.
Oh, it's like... Oh, that's fun.
The pigs, yes, though. The pigs are usually sold off after, but these guys live better than I do.
It's a bodybuilding show for the cows.
Yeah, exactly.
They got a sock. They got the spray tan and everything. That's nice.
Pretty much.
It's a big sock.
It's a big sock. It's a big sock.
Or multiple little socks for all the others. Yeah. God.
Phil Barb says, you saw that?
Oh, no, sorry. I'm just picturing Rob going to his first cow show and like wearing the proud mama and like cheering all the cows on. Like, you guys got this.
Woo! Let's go.
The first week in Toronto. Sorry, pardon?
Can you bring me to a cow show?
Yeah, the first week of November, we're in Toronto.
There you go. You got to get your assless chaps on and your cowboy hat and your boots.
I will.
Oh, geez.
Just wear your
and the
sock.
And
then just wear. Well, you could, or you could do your little sparkly thing in the back, so everyone in the back gets a little woo.
That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it. It's a strip show all of a sudden. That's weird.
This got real fast.
Jean says she's gonna send me pictures. We use socks on my horse's tail. There you go.
Okay.
Socks everywhere. Zoe, what breed of cow?
Herefords.
That word, I don't know what it is.
Ask
Hi, Lily.
Lily
ask
says
Lily.
hi, Zoe.
Ask Lily if she knows what a cow show is.
Lily, do you know what a cow show is? A show. She's like show of cows.
Like, obviously.
I mean, yeah.
Show your muscles. Bam.
Well, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes. I saw Mary briefly, but then she disappeared. That was
She went like
wild.
this. Bam.
Mm.
So Lily, we were in a restaurant. She was just like, oh, because like she's obsessed with her arm size now. Like she wants big arms, and every once in a while she'll get like a vein, and she'll be
Ooh.
like, I got a vein too. And her goal is to get like, the vein that is pulsating in my arm. Bro, get out of here, man. The vein that's pulsating in my arm, the one that you guys saw. She's always like looking at, dude, you smell like. Okay, dude, get out, man. This is why I don't do podcasts.
Tell
from
Marcus
here.
I like his haircut.
Shay says that you need to get out of here. She said she likes your haircut. It looks like you just went fishing at nighttime. She says true. Okay, go get out of here, man. I don't need a posse over here. You and you, go. Oh, yeah, and so she was talking about like, oh, she was just like, oh, I have some skin on my arm. She's like, how much skin do you have? So I pinched her skin on her bicep, and it was like, whatever, nothing. And she's like, how about you? And I go like this, and she started laughing her ass off. I'm just like, dude, that's so mean, man.
No, that was crazy with your vein. Like he was like sitting like this.
I'm not flexing.
And like I could see his vein pulsating. I'm like, what is that? Are you okay? And he's like, it's just my vein. I'm like, oh, it was like pulsating.
Yeah, my kids are like, are you doing that on purpose? I'm like, I'm not doing anything on purpose. This is just blood going through my vein, and it pulses, and you can see it.
That's your radio.
Like an alien. That's my radio. Yeah. Okay, dude, that's not safe for work. Too much. No one cares.
Do you have any veins that pulse like that, Murph? I do not.
I have what my wife calls juicy veins.
That's nurse talk.
You're
right
lucky.
There. It is. She wants to bring home a 14 gauge and
Ooh.
Go
to town.
I've got pipes for veins. Yeah.
I thought,
and I always have to say, like, hey, my eyes are up here. You know, knock it
not
off
a piece of meat
with the veins. Yeah,
this
but that's
isn't
how
the cow
like,
show.
if
This is
she
not
has
the
a
cow
hard time
show.
falling asleep, if she can't sleep, she'll like play with my veins and like she's like, they're so bouncy. It's like a trampoline for my
That's
fingers.
like
And she does
foreplay,
all these
man.
like weird
That's
things. Like I'm trying to
That's
sleep
like
too.
foreplay. She's like, are you in the mood?
Whatever
for
works, man.
vein work?
That's one thing I was hoping when I lost weight is that I'd be able to have good veins, but I have like rolling veins and nobody can ever find them. And my veins are like the opposite of yours, Murph. Like I've had very experienced phlebotomists, just like they can't get them. They're very squirrely.
Yeah.
So
Zoe, you have good
be
veins.
grateful for what you got.
I'll give it a
Zoe,
try.
you had
Send it
posted
to
a
you.
picture in our group, and you were just like, your veins were popping, man.
Yeah, I think that was a week out. Actually, same thing as Murph. My friend is a nurse, and at the show on the weekend, she's like, "Oh my gosh!" and started playing with my veins, and she's like, "Oh," she's like salivating, and this would be so easy to poke, and I'm like,
"You're like, no thanks."
Yeah, right, wrong time.
My wife's a nurse in the ER, and I was a tech in the ER, and so we're both trained in phlebotomy. And so we'll be out in public, and we'll see people from a mile away be like, "Oh my God, do you see that guy's veins?" Like it's a thing. You know,
100% it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's a thing. You see those veins, and you're just like, "Oh God."
Every time I used to do in-servicing with nurses on the floor, if I were wearing a short sleeve thing, the nurse specialist would actually start every in-service with, "Okay, get it out now. Yes, he has veins. Yes, you guys are all looking at it to try to poke. Listen to what he has to say now." He would always just be there because they would just be looking at veins
You have to get like a sensor thing to like just put on your veins to like help not be distracting.
They're called sleeves. Just put some
it's called sleeves.
Wow.
Stop wearing tank tops to work,
Stop
you
wearing
loser.
tank-
Yeah, sorry.
Put your shirt back on, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, why are you just wearing dress pants and no shirt? It's just a belt.
Yep.
Holy horrible. So Zoe, let me ask you this question. So we talked about veins all coming out right before the competition, but if you rewind to when you started training and being a lot more serious, like was there a certain point where there were changes in your body that you were just like, holy shit, I have big shoulders, or I have strong arms, or I have a jacked back? Like, was there a certain point that you can remember that you're just like, holy shit, that's pretty good?
It was actually someone at the gym pointing it out to me. I was doing the assisted pull-up.
Yeah.
And it was she was an older lady, and she's like, girl, I just gotta tell you, your back is crazy. And I'm like, I never see it, so I don't know. And then it was slowly, I think the more I got into it and like seeing the satisfaction of the pumps and then to seeing your muscles, it's like, oh my goodness, okay, I see it.
That's amazing. Okay, also Zoe, walk us through what is your like eating routine and what is your exercise routine? And you can stay kind of like broad or, but like I always find that really interesting of like what you focus on and what your routines are, what do you focus on?
Yeah, absolutely. So I eat the same thing every single day. And I prefer it that way. Like, I live by myself, so to just meal prep everything makes it super convenient for me. I don't get sick of it really. It's a little bit different as we get closer to prep. The carbs are kind of getting dropped and everything like that. But for the majority of the part, my pre-workout, post-workout, always the same. And then chicken and vegetables, a lot of egg whites. Go through a lot of egg whites. And then my current split right now is 3 days on, a day off, 2 days on. So that is a push, legs, pull, day off, delts and arms, legs, and then day off. And if it was up to me, like when I first started out, it was probably the most detrimental thing I could have done to myself. I figured the more I went to the gym, the less I ate, the faster I'd lose weight. And it took a long time for me to realize that's not the way to do it. I was so severely under eating. Like I was probably eating 800 calories a day, going to the gym, lifting weights twice a day, and getting 20,000 steps. And I'm like, why am I stalled? Why have I not lost any weight? And it's like, once I was properly educated, realized that food is fuel. And it's like, if I eat the right things and don't fill my body with the bad, yeah, I can have those 16, 17, 1800 calories. Like, my body needs that in order to go. And I think we're going to kind of get into a little bit of a different topic, but I think it's so drilled into our mind that, like, carbs are bad. And, like, you should just be on 1100 calories, and that's the way to burn it. And, like, having clients of my own now and taking nutrition courses, it's like, you need the fuel. Otherwise, your body's going to crash. It's going to hold on to every single thing in your body and just store it because it's in starvation mode. And it took so long to realize that. And once I got out of that toxic trait, it was awful that I started noticing I was building muscle. I was losing weight. My body composition was changing so heavily. And like, I wasn't exhausted because I actually gave myself time to rest versus just driving myself into the ground. So having a coach that's kind of brought me in the right way was a huge help as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love that because that's, I think, what most people will recognize or experience right off the bat. Like everyone, they will go and start doing this and they'll realize, holy crap, I'm eating very, very little. And most people are actually eating less or equal to their basal metabolic rate, right? So they're not really giving themselves much space for anything. And I always like to look at the idea that your body is the most amazing machine out there, and you need to give that machine fuel for it to run efficiently. All it wants to do is run efficiently, right? So if I'm not giving it enough fuel, like starvation mode, as you had mentioned it, then it's not going to be losing fat. It's not going to be doing anything. You're not going to sleep properly. You're not going to be in a good mood. You're not going to put on muscle because it's not running efficiently, because it's running on fumes. You need to feed it. And then everyone's like, I tell people, okay, I'm going to have you eating 800 more calories than you're currently eating. And they're like, oh my God. And everyone says, I think you're crazy. Or they'll tell me after the fact that I'm not going to lie, I thought you were crazy. But then all of a sudden, my fat is going down and I feel more energetic. I have more strength in the gym. And the biggest thing is like, oh, now I'm sleeping well. I'm like, so even if you didn't lose any weight, but you felt all of these things, wouldn't that already be worth it? Like, it's just a matter of your body working the way it's supposed to. And when we cut our calories so low, we're just not allowing our body to do what it needs to do, right?
Yep. One question we got, and this would be kind of a fun thing, I think, for all of us to answer, or Murph to, I don't know. I think we'd all have answers for this, but what is your pre and post workout meals? So you guys probably already know, but for mine, what I love to do is I'll usually do an apple with peanut butter and string cheese as my pre-workout meal. And that just because I like getting a boost of carbs before I go and do that. And I usually try to have that about 30 minutes before I'm going to work out. And then post workout, I'll usually just do like some type of quick protein, a protein drink, or if I'm going to go and have dinner, because usually I work out in like the afternoon, evenings, then I'll just go have dinner. What about you guys? What's your go-tos?
I go carb heavy before I work out for the fuel. So right now it's cream of rice, and we mix that with some berries and egg whites and an egg. And then post-workout is carbs and protein. So right now it's rice, chicken, and green vegetables. And that will vary post. Like if we're going for, before I was deeper into prep, it was actually cereal and protein, either powder or a protein shake to mix as my milk.
Nice.
What about you, Robert?
I do my overnight oats every morning, regardless, which will have protein. It'll have oats. It'll have Fairlife milk. It'll have chia seeds and flax seeds. And then I'll have that with a tablespoon of peanut butter first thing in the morning. And that's usually about 45 minutes to an hour before I train. And then post-workout, I will have 2 to 3 slices of rye toast, depending on where I am in my prep and what cycle I'm at. I'll have 2/3 to a full cup of egg whites. And depending also of what phase I'm in my prep, I'll either have it with actually cheddar cheese or I'll have it with jam as my post-workout.
Nice. Do you have a routine for you, Murph, yet? Or
no.
Is this giving you good ideas?
No, not yet. Taking notes for sure. I have a routine for my day. Profi coffee or Profi. I don't have to say coffee after that. It's Profi. I have my Profi in the morning and then water. And this has kind of been my routine for like 4 years. And I don't know how to break that routine. And once I start training, I'm going to have to figure it out. And I probably have to eat more. I think. I don't think I eat enough, which is crazy. Rob, I totally get how you say, like, people think you're insane when you tell them that, because like I know, like, I'm just eating probably just the bare minimum for what I do. But yeah, and then like usually eggs after that. And it's like my diet is mostly like protein, like all day, every day. Protein and water with, mixed fruits and veggies, and then cheesecake or something. Like something really dumb that I shouldn't, probably be eating.
No, that balance is everything.
That's probably the only thing that's keeping you afloat, because everything else is probably lower calories. The cheesecake is probably what's helping.
Honestly,
I think I could float pretty well right now.
Every single person I'm always just like, all right, this is great. Now I want you to cut everything that you're eating in terms of your protein in half, because you're eating way too much protein. I want you to have carbs and fat, because oftentimes, like when they're trying to build, I know it's tough, right? Because that's what it's always like. Okay, guys, drink your water, get your protein in. That's what all our clinics say, right? All our programs say that, but that's to an extent. When you get to a certain point, it's just like, how do I eat like a regular human being who is trying to maintain and just live a healthy lifestyle? That's the question, right? We're no longer trying to lose 250 pounds, 300 pounds, because we're not that place anymore, right? And so our body requires different things. Like Murph, if I were to say, dude, tomorrow we're starting, I need you to eat 800, 900 more calories than you're currently eating. I need to cut your your protein in probably a quarter of that off, and I need you to eat 200 grams of carbs starting tomorrow. Like, how long?
And just because we're being mean, I would say, and no more cafe lattes for you, mister.
Oh, see, now
I'm just joking.
now we can't. I'm gonna put my hoodie strings in my ears now. Like, nope.
Would that be hard?
Yeah, I mean that sounds crazy, but
things like that too, you don't change that overnight. Like that's something you work up to. Just putting that out there, Rob wouldn't do that. He wouldn't say to do that overnight.
Oh, sure.
No,
and it's probably not. It's probably not wise to do that. Like,
no,
overnight. I mean,
you want to work your way up,
wean into a better. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I know what's worked so far.
Yeah.
I know that like carbs aren't the devil. Like I get that, and I think for me, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I mean it's portion control still. I feel like my stomach is still tiny, and sometimes I treat it like it's not. I'm an emotional eater, and if you've known me for 5 minutes, I have emotions, and like I'm still very emotional at times. But it's portion control, and then it's what I'm eating and when I'm eating it. Before, after, this or that. What I'm doing, and I'm still getting my steps in, still drinking my water. But yeah, I can't wait. And then I'll have to rely on Zoe to be there in my corner, because Rob and Shea
crazy people here.
But it's gonna be fun.
That's like the hardest part, is just like making it, like planning time in the day to get it in, because you are working with like a smaller stomach no matter what surgery you've had, right? And so that's what I was finding, especially when I started my GLP-1 medication. It's like I just was not hungry in the morning, and so I would wait and start eating way too late in the day to where I couldn't ever catch up. And so that's, I think, the hardest part with building or changing the routine, is like, for me at least, I have to start right when I wake up or close to it. And then I have to kind of go right into my next meal kind of soon. And then it's like, once I get over those two hurdles, the rest of the day is a lot easier. But it's hard, like having enough time in your day, and just you do have to be, or I have to be very intentional about when I'm eating, or else I just won't get enough in.
Yeah. I'm not a morning
you find that too,
eater at all. That's why I do the coffee, the protein coffee. I just need a little pick me up. If it were, most days, like I could go till 1, 2 o'clock without eating anything. Like I'd be fine. Like, and then what I know I'm doing is I'm like binge eating the rest of my day. Like I'm starving, but I'm like, I'm not hungry, and I'm trying to listen.
You kind of have to, but for me, I have
my body, and my body's telling me I'm not hungry, and just drink some water, and like I'm good. But like, no, I'm doing something. I'm doing something wrong, because the regain is real, and so I gotta revisit this whole thing,
and for me, it's like, I just like, because I know that the mornings are hard for me. And so I'll do a smoothie in the morning, but I'm getting, I'll do like protein powder. I have my peanut butter and jelly smoothies. Those are one of my go-tos, but I'm also getting carbs from banana, from the blueberries in there. So having carbs in the morning helps start my metabolism a bit more. So then it's a bit easier to where I get an appetite. But sometimes I've just had to mentally talk through myself and go, I have to kind of push through. I know it doesn't sound good, but it's going to set me up better for the, rest of the day. And then after that's like the biggest hurdle. And then after that, it gets a bit easier, like with each meal.
Zoe, do you have any issues with volume and the amount that you have to eat?
Yeah,
And,
so like right now I'm supposed to eat 6 times a day every 3 hours. And it's like if I start too late, and that's like, holy shit, I gotta play catch up, and that's hard. So if I don't start, first meal at like by 7, 8, then it's like, but I find I can eat a lot more now, being 3 years out, that I was almost like, oh my gosh, like pardon?
Oh, sorry. I was just were you sleeve or gastric bypass? I can't remember.
The bypass.
Bypass, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my gosh, should I ruin everything because I can eat everything my coach is giving me? But at the same point, it's like, it's working for my body. So it's kind of between a rock and a hard place, but I feel good. And I definitely know when to stop, but it's definitely so hard if I don't start early enough to get all those meals in. And then it's like, especially in prep, because every calorie is calculated for a reason. I find that if I miss one, well, then I'll just skip it. And then it's like, well, now I'm short this many grams of, protein and carbs. And then, so then when it's next week, we start to lower everything again. It's like, well, crap. Now I'm where I'm supposed to be last week. And yeah, that's definitely hard trying to get all my meals in. But I've got it down pretty much to, if I start by this time and every 3 hours, then my friends and family all know I'm bringing my container with me somewhere and just preparing myself so that I can have it after, like when I need it.
What does your family think
Jean
about
actually,
this whole thing, this whole transformation that you've made, and then what you're doing with your bodybuilding? I don't know if I missed that when I went outside to look at the storm and all that. What does your family think? Do you get any haters?
It's not my family that's haters, but it's people that I thought were my friends, and now that you're not, the fat friend, that it's honestly, it's opened your eyes how differently people treat you when you're fat versus when you're not. It's heartbreaking because it's like, I've been the same girl I am always inside, but they always saw someone differently. Like, and now as like thinner, people like hold the door open for you without thinking twice about it. And it's like, huh. But my family's been really supportive. Like, I feel like we're almost closer than ever, because I'm happier. And I don't think I realized that, but like I was mad at the world, and it was my own fault. But I feel like I'm an easier person to be around because I'm just happy to be alive, kind of thing. They came to my show and supported me. I guess my mom was crying and my girlfriend was just rubbing her back, and yeah, it's nice. And like, they're so excited to come to the next one too. And yeah, they've been really supportive for it, for sure.
Was that the first show that your mom had come to?
Yeah, so she was a sports mom. Like, I grew up playing rugby and soccer and all that stuff, and showing horses. And she would come to that, but then we kind of drifted apart a little bit, and now our relationship's definitely a lot better as in probably the last year or so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
it's getting time. Well, we're actually past time, but I do want to. Jean made a comment, and I want to get your take on this. So, Jean had said that she cannot make her macros without the use of supplements like protein powders and whatnot yet. Do you have any thoughts on that? From my point of view, they're there to help, right? And because of the limitations that we have volume wise, there is nothing wrong with utilizing them, because I would rather you do that than force more solid food and have gastric distress and feel uncomfortable and possibly dumping, which means I don't get any of those nutrients anymore. So what are your thoughts in regards to using supplements, whether it's various times or all the time?
So probably about the first year and a half, I relied on it heavily. Just pure volume is if the clinic wants us to meet these macros, but you can't. Like, it's so hard. You're taking a quarter of a cup at a meal, and they expect you to be able to hit 120 grams of protein. that's not going to happen, right? So I still do use it. I probably have protein powder once a day, and when I'm not on prep cooking with that stuff, it gives you that sweet treat without, like, even your Ninja Creamies at night, right? Like, I always, like Rob said, I'd rather you supplement versus not having those nutrients. I believe, obviously, whole foods, if you can, when you get to it, is best. But if you have to use those, by all means. Everyone has their favorite brands, and there's ones that are obviously better for you than others. But finding what works for you is the most important thing.
Yeah. I also think that just understanding the role of supplements and the role of whole food is important because, like, you know, if you're prepping for a show, there's going to be a point where calories are so low that you're going to be hungry all the time. And then at that point, my goal is to tell clients, all right, let's get off supplements. And now we're going to go on more whole food because why? It'll make you feel full longer, right? You feel more satisfied. So you're still going to get those same macros, but you won't get as hungry, right? Same thing with your carbs as opposed to just having sugary carbs. That's when we want to introduce more fiber, more vegetables, more fat, whatever the case might be, right? But like early on when we're trying to get into this, like, and so Murph, as you start implementing this, like even me, I'm 4 years post-op, I'll still have protein powder in 2 to 3 meals of my 6 meals a day, right? I have to have, well, I don't have to, but my plan right now, I'm still at 200 grams of protein a day, right? And so I would rather do that than just sit there eating food because there's sometimes I just can't fit it in, right? So I think just understanding where things will fit at different phases, and that's just that learning aspect that we were talking about. So,
One more thing I just want to mention to you, just as a resource, that's kind of a newer thing. Mel and I from our Sleeve Life podcast, we have teamed together, and so we created this thing called the Weekly Chew, where every week we share. It's just basically a PDF document, and it has breakfast, lunch, dinner, a sweet treat, and 2 snacks, and it has it for that full 7 days a week, and so it's not specific as far as macros because everybody's macros goals are going to be different, but it gives what meals we're planning for the week, the grocery list, so you can get all of the ingredients on the front end, and then it has all of the recipes and how to make it. And I think that's what's been hard for me sometimes is just like knowing what do I want to make? I'm somebody where I need variety. Like Zoe, you're a lot like my husband in that way. He could just eat the same thing every day. And he's like, cool. I'm just not like that. I need more variety. And so there's usually like 4 different dinner recipes. I do 2 different lunch recipes. And so if you guys are needing more support with that, you can sign up for that at patreon.com/OSLP, and it's the weekly chew tier. So if you want meals like or ideas, or I'm thinking for you, Murph, too, like every week, that's a resource that I know Mel and I have been having a lot of fun with. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Cool. I'm the same way though. I will eat the same thing like every single day. Just I get in my pattern. And
so once you get your new routine, you'll be good.
What I'm gonna have. Like last week, I ate the same kind of salad every single day for lunch. Like I pre-made it, prepped all my salads, and I just had.
It's going to be easy for you, Murph. This is going to be easy. If you're the type that'll be fine with just eating the same thing, easy sauce, man. It'll be great.
Sweet. Cool.
Jack Murph.
I have a question, Zoe. Last question.
All right.
For me.
Last question. This is the Murph question.
Who has been the most inspirational person in your journey?
I'm not saying just because he's on the podcast, but Rob, I think he was someone.
No, that's the wrong answer. No, you got to pick somebody.
That's the wrong answer.
He followed immediately no. He followed the same path that I was going down to. So he paved the road, and I just had to follow it, kind of thing. He had the weight loss surgery. He proved that he could go on stage and kick ass, and I'm like, I want to do that. So then when we started kind of getting connections, and I realized the outside was just half of what the person was on the inside. I was like, okay, this is someone I want to keep kind of getting closer with, and after he invited me to the group, I was like, it just opened up a huge horizon. Like, that group there's not one person in there that didn't impact me. Like, Arthur, I still talk about him to this day. I'm just like, that man. And my mom was talking about him the other day at the pool, and she's like, I can't believe that, man. And I was like, but to get to know these people, like, behind the faces is just, you always say you don't ever pick your family, but, like, it's just this community is, everyone's open arms, everyone's going through the same thing, they can share your struggles, and just, yeah, it's been just lifelong friends for sure.
Yeah, Rob's okay.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
Rob's okay. But you know what the most amazing thing about that though is, Zoe, is similar to the way that you had felt, and you know, there were people in the group who were just like, oh my God, Zoe's in this group now. And it just shows how your story is constantly giving and giving and giving. You know, if I have ever inspired anyone, and if that was the case with you, now here you are inspiring other people who look at and who've been watching you from a distance, and they're just like, I want to do what Zoe's doing. I want to be what Zoe has become. And right. And like, and that person is going to do it because of you and the inspiration that you've given them. And then it's going to keep giving. And so thank you for that. Like, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's why I ended up opening up my profile. I met a man at the gym. He was just asking my story, and I told him, he's like, you need to open this up to the world. And because I was so nervous about judgment, I was like, but then if, exactly what Rob said, if I can motivate one person to start, or give someone that I didn't want to go to the gym today, and then I post a pic, and they're like, you know what, yeah, and if I can just help pave someone's way like Rob did for me, then it's beyond priceless. Like, that's exactly why I'm now posting a little more openly, because you never know who needs that, just that little bit of a push and to get started.
Awesome, Zoe. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Last question, where can people find you, and what is next for Zoe?
So you can find me at Pounds with a Z, Be Gone. And up next, we are...
edgy. Holy, Pounds with a Z.
Well,
you're so edgy. It's because you're so young, you and Shea. Holy.
And then up next for me, 4.5 weeks out from Summer Shred. And I'm looking forward to getting on stage again.
Awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I have a bunch of people coming too, so it'll be awesome. We'll have a little reunion. It'll be great. And I think we're going to be going to Scatterbush after for dinner. So if you do not have plans yet, let us know, because that's apparently the request. They actually made the request to go to Scatterbush the night before the show. I'm like, you freaking crazy? What are you talking about? Just wait another day. So yes, we'll go there.
Awesome.
Well, again, thank you, Zoe, very much. And thank you, obviously, for like inspiring so many people with your story and everything that you're doing. I am super proud of you and everything that you've achieved. You're absolutely killing it. So thank you again for coming and joining us tonight. And thank you, everyone else, for joining us on another episode of the Waiting Table Podcast, where we're serving the weight loss community. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not working, Murph.
You cut it off.
One more time. Do it. One more time. One more time.
We're serving the weight loss community.
1 pound at a time.
There we go. Look at us.
It worked this time.
1 pound at a time.
We're so professional.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you, Zoe. It was nice meeting you.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Laters.